Hi folks, Jenny Seelig here, New York, on some parts of social media. I'm here to do another practice with me video. I was really tempted because I've been doing these videos for a while now. I think this is my 13th one, and I was really tempted to do another one in my mixed level songbook. I've been going back and forth between that songbook and my beginner songbook. I was tempted to do that because I have a mixed level jam happening today in just a couple of hours, and those are probably the songs I need to practice more because the arrangements are more complicated. But I promised at the end of my last video, or I didn't promise, but I said at the end of my last video I was going to do a beginner songbook practice with me video next. So that's what I'm doing today. If you haven't joined me for one of these before, basically I have been recording live some of my practice sessions as I continue to keep myself up to date on the songbooks that I use for my 4 free public monthly play-alongs, 2 of which are beginner focused, and I use a beginner songbook, 2 of which are sort of all levels, meaning you have the more complicated arrangement sometimes is what I'm going off of. Obviously anybody of any level could play along with either of these because we're online and only you can hear yourself. But I have 2 songbooks basically, so I've been going back and forth, and the mixed level songbook is longer and harder, so I should do that one more time today, but I'm going to go ahead and do beginner. It'll be a nice warm up for me anyway. So where we left off in our last beginner focused practice with me video was with the next song up is Island Style. So that's where I'm going to start today. And I should mention for anybody who's new to these videos or happens to come across this live, because usually I set these to unlisted until I've recorded them just in case something weird were to happen. But today I just left it up as public. If somebody runs across this while it's streaming live, that's fine with me. I'm not trying to hide my mistakes, as is clear from all the videos I've posted in the past. But basically I'm going to show myself the chords off to the side on my screen here. And if you want to look at the chords and potentially even play some of these with me as I'm practicing them, although I don't promise not to stop when I make mistakes. But if you want to play along or just look at the chords or get the songs and work on them yourselves later, you can get that on my website or through my Patreon, and there's links to both in the description box of this video. And I should say thank you to my patrons for supporting me month to month, because that is how I have the time to do videos like this. The ukulele is a side gig for me, but I love it, and it's really helpful to get some support from some people who enjoy what I do and are finding it useful and interesting and entertaining. So thank you to all my patrons for making videos like this possible. If you want to support me for 1 month or more, you can do it through Patreon. There's also other ways to support me. You can get all that information. But thank you for watching, whether you're supporting me monetarily or not, because that means a lot to me too. So let's just move on. Now, I always hate that. It feels like a sales pitch that I'm giving here. But we do have fun over on Patreon, and you're welcome to join us if you like. You can even just join over there for the free stuff. There's public posts as well. But let's go ahead and get started. I need to do a little practice here, and I'm going to look at Island Style first. And again, I'm going to be looking at all of these songs, no matter how they're written on the page, from a beginner standpoint. So I won't do too much that's fancy with my strumming, and certainly with my chord shapes. For a lot of beginners, although I really like to encourage intuitive strumming, meaning strumming how you feel the song and also keeping everything at your level, which means you can make it even simpler than I play these. For a lot of beginners, island strum is comfortable, and that's the down, down, up, down, up strum. And so that's what I'm going to play on this one. But again, if you're playing the song with me or by yourself, you can always play single strums. You can simplify it even more, or you can just strum it how you're feeling it. That's perfectly acceptable. Here's the intro. voice warming up this morning. It's 9 a.m. as I'm filming this, and I haven't done much talking and no singing yet this morning. So, I mean, that's a Cynthia Lynn chart, so it's really nicely put together. I do include some of her public chord charts, the ones she's made available to everybody. I have put in some of my songbooks, and that's a lovely song, and we enjoy playing it together. The next one is also very popular in both the beginner and mixed level play-alongs. Again, which I'm having one today. So if you're finding this on Tuesday, November 15th, before 6 p.m. London time or 1 p.m. Eastern, feel free to join us. We're all going to be on Zoom. You can get the info in a public Patreon post, so you don't have to be a patron of mine. And we're going to play for an hour from the mixed level songbook. But for this one, in the beginner songbook, I'm going to just play very simply. Again, probably with island strum. This one I know how to play well. I don't really need to practice one, but because I'm going through the whole songbook, I might as well. But that means if you want to use this as a play along, I probably won't stop halfway through, unless I notice something really wrong with the chord chart. Nice and straightforward, Jolene. Easy chords. Okay, so this next one is less straightforward, but sort of in the family. As I think Dolly is Miley Cyrus's godmother. I think that's correct. This is a Noah Cyrus song, Miley's younger sister. And it has a little bit of extra business that we could do if this were not a beginner-focused practice for me, if it were a mixed level practice. But because it is not, I'm going to go ahead and play it more simply and think about how I would play this with my beginners. I think I might do island. Let's see how that works, because I think you could do island all the way through here. Okay, let me try it. I'm going to skip the intro. Well, I'll do the intro chords, but I'm just going to do them with an island strum. So it goes A minor, C, F, and then I'll do that line again. Okay, the problem is there's a second page to this chord sheet, and it is not in this book. So I'm just going to quickly, because this is my practice session, I'm allowed to do things like this, I'm going to quickly look at the latest mixed level songbook just to see if I put the second page in that one. This is clearly something, I'm already working on updating both of these. And why didn't that open? I obviously need to fix this quickly because right now you don't have the second half of the song in this songbook. There it is. Okay, finally opened. My computer's just being really slow. So let's go down to it in my mixed level songbook. I'm just going to see if it's got the second page so I can play it now and also know that I can do that if it comes up in the jam before I get this updated. But I'm going to get it updated. I'm already working on updating the alphabetically what I've done so far. All right. Almost there. Almost to J. There it is. There's the second page. All right, it's in the mixed level book, just not the beginner one. All right, so we just finished. Stay the same. Page turn. So tell me to leave. I'll pack my bags, get on the road. Find someone that loves you better than I do, darling, I know. 'Cause you remind me every day I'm not enough, but I still stay. If you want me to leave, then tell me to leave, and baby I'll go. I actually don't remember how the whistling goes. I'll have to look up the whistling. I've forgotten it. Here's the D minor line again. You remind me every day I'm not enough, but I still stay. How does the whistling go? I don't know. I'm going to make myself a note that the beginner songbook for July is missing page 2, and I need to look up the whistle. Hey, obviously, you don't have to do it exactly like the original artist did it, but I don't even remember how the whistling went. If it was very similar to the melody line or if it was fairly different. I don't know. All right. Let me take another sip here. The next song is also one that I sometimes sing wrong, even more than playing wrong. Ooh, my voice is very scratchy. Trying to lubricate the throat here rather than clearing my throat too much. I know that's not good for me, so don't come at me. It's a habit I picked up young and it's hard to shake. All right, the next song in the packet is Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars. I do need a little practice with this one, like I was saying, especially for how it's sung, because there's a little bit of unusual rhythm, I think on a later verse, that I often get wrong. I'll do the beginner rock strum for this. I'll try without the ending up. That's what Cynthia suggests here. So if you can hit the third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Hit that a little harder. Here's the intro. Does it do it twice per chord? Oh wow, so it's like 4 for the first 2 C's. Okay, that's very slow. That's okay though. Okay, 1 and 2 and. set, go. Her eyes look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfect. Okay. Her eyes make the stars. They have to do it like that. It feels sort of rigid to me, but because I don't know this song as well as some people, like I didn't grow up listening to Bruno Mars. Not that I dislike Bruno Mars, I don't. I just don't know this song as well. So let's try this again. I'm going to go from the F to the C. I think I have to do it a little faster like this. Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Okay, this feels better. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. And it's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. Okay, let's see how verse 3 goes. Her lips, I could kiss them all day if she'd let me. Her laugh, she hates, but I think it's so sexy. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Verse 4. Oh, you know I'd never ask you to change. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just stay the same. So don't even bother asking if you look okay. You know I'll say, when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. 'Cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. I'm gonna have to pause here to scroll because I can't see my outro. The way you are, the way you are. Girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. I'm just gonna go over the rhythm real quick again. Her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Okay. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me. And it's so sad to think that she don't see what I to take a lot of extra time with that, but obviously that's what these practice sessions are for. And so that will help me if I am leading that in the next beginner sing along, which is coming up. I've got 2 coming up. No, I already did 1. I've got 1 more coming up this month on a Saturday. I don't think it's this Saturday. I think it's the following Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I could be wrong though. It could be the last. I have it on my calendar over here. Sorry, this is probably making noise on the microphone. I can't tell. Check my Patreon. I don't remember anymore which day is which. All right, the next song, moving on, clearing the slate. Let's drink some water. And the next song is King of the Road, which is a popular one again in the jams and really fun to do. And I do recommend that beginners try the single strums with the D7. You don't have to pump them if you don't know how to pump your hand, but you can certainly play them. And also the knocks are fun. Okay. It works with a swingy island, but maybe since I haven't done it yet, maybe I haven't done this strum yet in this particular practice. I'll do down, down, up. Trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of push and broom buys a 8x12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, but no means king of the road. 3rd boxcar, midnight train, destination Bangor, Maine. All worn out suit and shoes. I don't pay no union dues. I smoke old stogies I have found, short but not too big around. I'm a man of means, but no means king of the road. I know every engineer on every train, all of their children and all of their names, and every handout in every town, and every luck that ain't luck when no one's around. I sing trailer for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes, but 2 hours of push and broom buys an 8x12 4-bedroom. I'm a man of means, but no means king of the road. I'm a man of means, but no means king of the road. King of the road. I was just thinking, a really great reason to start your own play along is that you get to put the songs in whatever key you like best. And this is a song that I saw in so many ukulele songbooks in a key that didn't work for me. And it was such a nice thing to be able to transpose it and put it in exactly the key I like to do it in. So it's no longer too low or too high. But I recognize that people playing along with me in my play-alongs may not love this key, and you may want to transpose it into a different key. It's a great reason to check out my series on transposing. But it's nice to be able to sing a song in the right key. The right key for you, of course. There's no one perfect key. All right, so I'm going to do 1 more, and then I think I'm going to stop for today. I'm going to do Landslide, and this is one that Cynthia Lynn taught, and there's a great picking pattern if you're learning to pick. It's kind of like a good intermediate beginner or intermediate, but it's a little more advanced than just going straight up the strings. But for my beginners, I usually recommend that if they know island strum, they do that. You could also do that down, down, up again, like I was doing. I took my love and I took it down. That's another strum. Island strum and down, down, up are clearly not the same, but they're they're rhythmically interchangeable. So in a lot of songs, if you are not comfortable with island yet, you could just do down, down, up. I'm not really meaning to be teaching in these, but it just comes out of me. It's really hard for me to practice, but if someone is watching along, why not mention it? Maybe I'm practicing teaching as I am also making these videos for myself. But I'm going to do island for this because that's what I think most of the people who follow along with me will do. All right. So there's no intro for this, so I'll just start out on the F. I took my love and I took it down. Climbed the mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? I don't Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder when children get older. I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. So take this love and take it down. If you climb a mountain and you turn around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring you down, down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe the landslide will bring you down. Well, the landslide will bring you down. All right. That is where we'll stop for today. When I next return to this songbook, I will pick it up with Little Ghost, unless I have a new version of the songbook by then and there's something I've inserted that comes alphabetically before Little Ghost, because I have been going back when I do my updates and picking up old new songs that appear in the alphabet before whatever I've already recorded. But I think that's a great place to stop for today. So if you did watch this far, thank you so much. I do really enjoy doing this series, and so thanks to those of you who've been encouraging me to continue them. I do hope, like I've said before, I do hope to get all the way through both songbooks at some point, so I will continue. And again, it encourages me to practice. I hope it encourages you to practice. Feel free to leave me comments about what you're working on, songs you'd love to see added to the songbook one day, songs that you had forgotten were in the songbook that you're going to request at our next play along. And I hope I'll see you at some of the play alongs. Right now, as I'm filming this, we do 4 per month that are completely open to everybody. The beginner play alongs are open on YouTube. The mixed level play alongs are open on Zoom. And my patrons can join me on Zoom for the beginner play alongs as well.